To the Middle East now, and at least 143 Palestinians have been killed in a wave of Israeli attacks across the Gaza Strip since dawn on Thursday, according to the Gazan Health Ministry. The deadliest strikes include a house on Al Ajama Street in the Jabalia camp, killing 6, and repeated bombings in Beit Lahia, where 3 were killed in the As Sultan neighbourhood and others died under artillery fire. Attacks also hit Al Fakora and Khan Yunis, adding to the toll. In the West Bank, Israeli forces killed 5 Palestinians in Taman in a raid following the killing of an Israeli settler, according to local sources. Gaza's European hospital in Khan Yunis is now out of service, deepening the region's humanitarian crisis. US President Donald Trump, during his trip to UAE, said that the United States would have the situation in Gaza taken care of, telling reporters that people were starving in the besieged Palestinian territory. Let's listen to what Trump said.
And we're looking at Gaza, and we got to get that taken care of. A lot of people are starving. There's a lot of bad things going on.
Well, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has also said that Washington is open to alternative plans to deliver aid into Gaza after the current US and Israeli-backed operation came under heavy criticism. Speaking from Turkey, Rubio acknowledged the United Nations rejection of the plan. The UN had rejected the plan on Thursday, citing a lack of neutrality, impartiality and independence. Meanwhile, the Hostage Families Forum, which represents relatives of those held captive in Gaza, have called on Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to reach a deal to secure the release of the remaining 58 hostages. Families of the hostages have said that they are worried about the increased attacks in Gaza and the imminent conclusion of President Trump's visit to the Middle East. Of course, a lot to cover there, but helping us do so is Ali M. Bushback, an independent Palestinian researcher who is joining us from Cairo. Ali, thank you as always for joining us on the programme today. There, of course, have been strikes reported, further strikes in the north of Gaza as well. Reported, given the hostages still being held, questions around the ongoing military incursions into Gaza is something we've covered enough. I want to focus more on the individuals now and the people living in Gaza. We know, of course, an aid blockage for months has left the situation dire. Given your area of expertise, what can you tell us about what people are going through on the ground in Gaza?
Thank you for having me. The situation in Gaza this night, it was the toughest night for the people who's living in northern part of Gaza. I talked to the people. They are forced to displace their area from northern Gaza, Jabalia and Jabalia refugee camp, and from Atatra. This is from northern western part from Gaza. I talked to the people who's from Beit Lahia, as well as they are forced to displace their area, and they are a huge move from the people from that area. So the things is incredibly and behind the imagination. People are under the fear. There is around 200 civilians they are missed during this immigration, during this displacement, and they flee this area because of the Israeli bombardment since yesterday night. People they are informed me that the bombardment it was intensive, that it's not represented before since Israel resumed the war in Gaza in the mid of March, as well as there is a list of the supplies. As you know that the supplies in Gaza is running out, and there is no food, there is no electricity, there is no even fuel to transfer or transport from area to area, to move from area to area using car. So most of the people using animal, or they are going on their feet to leave northern part, as well as also simultaneously Israel focus its hate in northern part, in southern part of Gaza, in Khan Yunis place also. There is some people displaced from Khan Yunis going to Deir al-Balah, the mid of Gaza, or the middle.
Ali, I'm sorry to cut you short there. We are shorter on time because of an extended discussion earlier in the programme. I want to look briefly at this US aid agreement which is being sorted out. Donald Trump very clear that the situation will be sorted. How realistic do you think that will be? given the fact that the UN has called this deal non-impartial and potentially not as equal as it should be, given the US alliance to Israel?
See, the things is about the humanitarian aid and this stimulating to the people from Gaza. It's really it's criticized from the international community. United Nations and UNRWA, they are boycotting this plan and they completely rejected. Most of the Western country rejected it, and also there is an organization backed by America. They are empathized that at the end of this month they are going to disseminate the humanitarian aid. Largely to the Palestinian from Gaza, and they will give everyone from northern part their right to receive this humanitarian aid. But I guess it's not realistic idea because of I have the Palestinian community has a fear about it. Maybe they will not. It's like a blackmailing them. Either you will take the humanitarian aid and you will leave Gaza or no. Some people they are thinking this, and some analysis people they are consider it as a part of the force the Palestinian to leave Gaza and displace Gaza, evacuated Gaza. But this is as a voluntary evacuation. So the things is a bit complicated and it's not clear up to now, despite that Hamas released the American Israeli soldier Alexander, and they are expected that Israel will allow to the humanitarian aid to into Gaza, but up to now they are holding it, and up to now they are suspending the entering of the humanitarian aid. But Donald Trump, he confirmed that there is a good news next month. Maybe some analysis people they are consider related and expected that it's related to Gaza-Israel war, and maybe we'll hear some good news
Yes.
at the end of this month.
Yes, Ali, we have around a minute left. I do want to, of course, touch on the hostages that are still being held by Hamas. A lot of the conversation from Israel Overage talks about Hamas taking control of that aid and having more control in the Gaza Strip as a result. What pressure is needed on Hamas to really look towards an end to this conflict and a troubled time for more than 1 million people living in the Gaza Strip?
Things is up to now the delegation for Israeli delegation and Hamas up to now they are in Doha in Qatar. They are there is indirect talk between Hamas and Israel for this releasing and to reach to the deal between Hamas and Israel. There is no doubt 2 million Palestinians they are starving and they are suffering from the famine in Gaza because of the cut of the humanitarian aid, as well as the Israeli soldier. They are a part of this community. There is a lack in there is a lack in the food. There is a lack in every single essential. Every single supplies and glossaries and something like this. So the Israeli soldiers definitely they are suffering like the Palestinian community, and they are also, but I guess in my opinion Hamas they are responsible for their lives, and Hamas give them all the attention, because as you know that if there is any one of the hostages will kill during the this time, Hamas will lose the biggest card to pressurize Israel. So Hamas is, I guess Hamas now in the tough place, because this is a huge responsibility for them. Hamas, I guess it will not going to leave its commitment and their demand from withdraw the Israel from Gaza, and as well as to humanitarian aid and also restructured Gaza. So I guess up to now the things is not clear, but
Yes.
also I am so optimistic about coming time. So hopefully what we are witnessing, the intensive Israeli bombardment, it's a part of the putting pressure on Hamas and the Palestinian community. I guess there is a gloom of hope after some time.
Ali Abushbak, thank you ever so much for joining us. Of course, we will continue